Good afternoon, preppers. Welcome to Goshen Prepping. When you're out and about getting your business taken care of, going shopping and stuff, you always want to be able to protect yourself. And there's all kinds of items to choose from. Obviously, we can go into more extreme measures that YouTube doesn't like to talk about. But in this video, I'm going to talk about 5 very simple things you can actually get to carry along with you. Now, I always recommend you practice with these items, but it's always good to have something like this, at least one of these items, to be able to protect yourself. I'm going to go from my least recommended or least favorite, and personally, to my most favorite. The first I'm going to show you, which the reason this is my least favorite is not that it's not a vital piece of equipment. It's great. I mean, first off, we have a flashlight. That's great. But it's not the flashlight part of it. This is a flashlight / stun gun. Now, don't get confused. Is that a taser? A taser actually shoots a projectile. Most people, well, a lot of states don't allow people who aren't police officers to have tasers without a license type thing. But a stun gun, I mean, all these items, by the way, you're going to have to check with your state and your local ordinances to see if you're allowed to carry these. But stun guns are nice, especially this one. I mean, even if you don't want to actually stun someone, these little metal piercing things on here would be very painful if you struck somebody with it. But the reason I picked this as being my least favorite thing is just it's so big and bulky. I mean, if you like carrying a flashlight in your purse, for example, or a backpack or in your car, sure, it'd actually be good to have this. I like it because this particular one, you can just recharge. I'll put links, by the way, for these in the description below if you want to pick these up. But I do like my stun gun. We have a few of them. We actually have some of the smaller black ones too, but I like the one that's for the flashlight, so that way we can actually have a dual purpose, have a flashlight, but also stun people coming after you. Okay, so there's number 5. Okay, number 4 is called a Kubaton. Now I have a couple nice little colored Kubatons here. They're nice. They're incredibly lightweight. They're aluminum. They actually have the ridges on here to fit your fingers. So you can either go like this and jab people, or you can go like this, which is not always the best technique. But either way, I like them for the fact that they're lightweight. You can put them in your pocket. Most Kubatons have a little key ring on there, although I would not recommend actually hooking this to your keys at all. The keys are just going to get in your way. If you got one with a key ring, just take the key ring off, slip this in your pocket, and you'll be good to go. Now, same thing. You're going to really want to practice with this. Find some kind of mannequin or something to practice different moves as far as, basically stabbing with it. Find the points on the body you'd actually want to go for. Even though you just poke something in the arm with this thing, it's going to hurt quite a bit. Again, check with your local laws to make sure this is allowed. And of course, you can't carry things like this. They look for this kind of stuff in TSA on airplanes and stuff. So obviously that's a no-go. Number 3, which of course I think most people have. I borrowed this from my daughter's purse, pepper spray. Some people actually go to the extent and actually get bear spray. And obviously this is a really good deterrent. But the thing is, getting it out, flipping it open, and making it use quickly is not such a quick thing. And of course, you only have so much use on this. Once you use it up, it's gone. And if you didn't get them in the face in the first place, that's not good. But not to mention, you always have to worry about these things going off accidentally. But it does have that little flip top and spray. And it will do very well in incapacitating people coming after you, including yourself possibly too, if you're actually spraying it upwind. So I don't know, between this and the Kubaton, I probably give this one a little bit higher for the fact that what's nice about this is you don't have to have a lot of training for this, and it can actually shoot off in a distance. The Kubaton, you need to train with it, and it's going to be up close. So having some kind of pepper spray is a good thing too. All right, now we're getting into the fun stuff. Number 2 is called a monkey fist. Now the monkey fist, this thing, now, by the way, they sell these on I think Amazon, but they don't call them monkey fist on Amazon. It's a really heavy metal ball bearing inside of this with some paracord. And you can actually find people who make these, but you look around, you'll be able to find these even on Amazon, but they won't call it a monkey fist. But this is nice. I mean, I wouldn't mind having this attached to the keychains also, to your actual keys. That way it looks like a keychain. But basically, I mean, you don't want to hold it here, but at the very end, especially the keys around it, and this ball bearing, you smack somebody in the head with this thing, and it literally could, obviously you don't want to do this, you could give them a concussion or crack their skull. It is a weapon that works very well. I would actually recommend having a little bit of training with this. You're going to have to be up close to the person when you're using it, but a good old couple swings, really heavy. And the thing is, when you're actually under attack, somebody's trying to do something to you or steal your money or whatever the case may be, your adrenaline's already flowing, and you get 1 or 2 good shots, and they're going to think twice about coming after you. Because understand, a lot of times these weapons are not simply about incapacitating the person coming after you, but you just make it difficult for them to the point they'll probably give up. And the thing is, in any of these situations, no matter what you use, even if you're using your bare fist, Don't ever give up. Keep going, keep going, keep going, and do what you can to make it so they basically say, you know what, forget it. You're not worth it, and they'll go away. That's one of the strategies. Anyways, so a monkey fist works well for that. Nice purple and black. All right, my number one favorite by far is called a tactical pen. I always have one of these with me right in my pocket. And it's actually funny because personally, I'm always looking for a pen. But now I have one of these. I mean, I've had it for a long time now, but once I started carrying one of these guys, I was like, oh, I'm not always looking for a pen anymore. I have the tactical pen. Now, a couple things about this. First off, when somebody looks at this, a lot of people who don't know what they're looking at say, oh, that's just a really cool engineering machine looking pen. And it's true. And guess what? It actually writes. And when you buy this, it often comes with a few ink refills. And sure enough, I've been places where somebody say, here, sign this form. I'll pull out this pen out of my pocket, and people don't even think twice about it. It's a pen. In fact, TSA for the longest time would let you carry these on airplanes because it's a pen. I've heard, though, however, they're starting to catch on and making it so you can't carry these. So the pen part of it, of course, you just want to write with. But flip side, this is incredibly sharp and housed right in the entire metal portion of it. So your pen, you take this. I mean, I don't want to hit my hand with this. This thing is sharp and so painful. Could you imagine getting hit with this thing or hitting with this thing in the head? It is going to cause so much pain, so much mayhem for the person attacking you that there's an excellent chance they're at least going to give up and try to get away. Probably so. But again, don't keep fighting or don't stop fighting, keep fighting until they're gone. Then what do? In all these circumstances, then you run the other way. You don't chase after them. That's not something you do. But anyways, keep up with the laws in your areas. But this tactical pen is by far my favorite. I bought, for most of these items, by the way, my whole family owns these and carries them. But especially with the tactical pens, we always have a lot of these things laying around. And I simply just have a few different pairs of pants, dress pants or my corduroys, and I'll just always have one of these in the pocket. So whatever pants I grab. But the tactical pen's my favorite. There's far more things I could list than that. And obviously, we could talk about more lethal stuff, larger items. But these are my top 5 favorite items that you'd actually look at. They're practically speaking are non-lethal. They could be lethal, but 5 non-lethal items. And I'm sure you probably have something too that you like to carry. What do you have? What would you add to this list? Put it in the comments below. I'd love to see it. But again, I have links for all these too. And I highly recommend you pick up one of the items. And again, my opinion, the tactical pen's the best thing. Thanks for watching.